everybody, welcome to Life at Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. And we are in the middle of a heat wave. So there's a few things that we can do to help keep our house cooler during this and not use the air conditioning as much. And one of those ways is to pull your blinds. Keep those shut, especially in the south window, and pull the curtains. If you can, keep the heat out of your house completely by either having awnings or porches or even plants around the window area. Use reflected film on your windows. That will help keep the heat out. Keep your air conditioning set between 75 and 80. Try to keep it as high as you can possibly stand. Use your ceiling fans correctly. They should rotate counterclockwise in the summer, and you should have them on high. Now in the winter, you rotate them clockwise and you have them on low. But in the summer, it's high. Another way you can beat the heat is by using box fans, floor fans. These type of fans, if you really want to do one more step, you can put a bowl of ice in front of it, and as the air goes over the ice, it cools it down. That also helps. Another thing is to use cotton fabrics, especially in your sheets. Cotton fabrics, light colors, will help keep them cooler at night. Another thing is your light bulbs. Try to keep them off as much as possible during the day. If you do have to have them on, try to get the energy saving ones, as they produce less heat than what the old-fashioned bulbs used to do. Another thing is to turn off any appliance that you're not using. They make up a lot of heat as they work. Don't use your oven or stove if you don't have to. Opt for sandwiches or cold salads. If you have to cook, use the grill outside or use a slow cooker, which takes up less energy and produces less heat. Let's see, what else? If you have a really humid house, you can use a dehumidifier to help reduce the humidity in the house. If you have low humidity, you can put bowls of water around to help raise the humidity. You want to have a humidity area that's in the comfortable zone, which according to my little thing here is between 30 and 40% humidity. That's supposed to be the best for the house. Sorry about the different lighting. I'm trying to do this inside, and I don't have many lights on. Also keep your doors closed. Interior doors, rooms that are not used, you should keep the doors to them closed, and fill up the air gaps in between the doors by putting draft stops underneath of them to keep the cold air out of those rooms and have it circulating in the rooms that you're in. The rooms that you are in, if you do not have an open design in your house, then keep those interior doors open so that the air can flow in and out. For yourself, keep your hair up off your shoulders, put it up. This will help for circulation of the air around your neck and stuff, and will help cool you down. Also, wear light color clothing, preferably cotton. Now, how do you keep your animals safe in this hot weather? One thing, make sure they have plenty of cool, fresh water. Never leave them alone in the car. The car temperature can zoom up like an oven very quickly. Keep your pets in a cool spot. Either if they're an indoor pet, keep them inside in the air conditioning with your blinds closed to keep it as cool as possible. If they're outdoor animals, They need to have an area where they can get some cool shade, and also they need cool water. Watch how you exercise them. You should exercise them in the early morning and the evening. You can still take them out for the potty breaks during that, during the afternoon, but to actually go for a walk, it should be at night or in the morning when it's cooler. Watch the pavement. If you can place your hand on the pavement and it feels comfortable, then it's okay for them to walk on it. But if that pavement's hot to your touch, then walk them in the grass area, because otherwise it could burn their feet, and you don't really want them to have that. If they have to walk on the concrete, then get them little booties that they can wear. But a piece of advice: put one booty on at a time and let them get used to it. Otherwise, you'll have a dancing dog that won't perform very well. Any type of animal needs to have plenty of cool water in an area that's shady with good ventilation. If they're in a barn or something, open up the doors so there's a cross ventilation for them. Watch the humidity. If the air is full of humidity, sometimes they can't pant fast enough to lower their temperature, and they could lead to heat stroke. So you will have to watch for that. If they start doing that, you can put a wet blanket over them, a cool wet blanket, cold water. Give them a bath, but don't give them a warm bath, not a cold bath. And gently get the water cooler as you go. Just don't start out with a cold bath. You'll send them into shock. Groom them. Any type of animal that has long hair, if it gets matted or if it's sticking to their body and they don't have that undercoat taken care of, that will trap the heat inside their body. Do not shave the animal unless you've talked to the vet or to make sure, because some animals need that extra, because like chickens, they fluff up their feathers and they trap the cool air into next to their body, and you'll see them flapping their wings, and that's to cool the air down, and then they fluff up their feathers. Do watch for signs of overheating, which would be for any animal, which would be heavy panting, drooling, trouble breathing, a rapid heartbeat, dark or red gums and tongue, dizziness, a weakness, or they're just plain mad. So if you see any of those signs, get them to the vet or call the vet right away and find out what you should do for them. Most animals like to have a wading pool or a sprinkler that they can go through to keep warm and keep cool. Your outdoor chickens and stuff, open up the coops all the way so the air can circulate. Make sure they have plenty of cool water and fresh water, and make sure you wash out those water dishes every day, because algae grows quickly in this type of heat and you want them to be algae free. Also, you can, for any animal, they all enjoy ice cubes with treats inside of them. That helps cool them down. So that's some of the things that you can do to help keep your animals safe during this heat wave. Now, if you have to work outside and it's bright and sunny like this, there's a couple things you need to do. First, you need to be well hydrated. Drink lots and lots of water. Even though you get busy and you work and you think, I'm thirsty, I don't want to walk the house, take a bottle of water out with you when you do. I usually take a cooler and just leave it on the picnic table and sit in the shade and take frequent breaks, take a lot of breaks. Wear sunscreen. Wear a Wear a sun hat or a cooling hat to help keep cool. Wear light colored clothing and loosely fitted clothing. Get used to the sun slowly. Don't just be a weekend warrior and go out and spend the whole day on Saturday working in your garden and you've been inside all week, you're going to get sunburned, especially if you forget to put on the sunscreen. So get used to the sun a little bit at a time. Keep the mosquitoes away. That's a hard one. We live in the wooded area and we have lots of mosquitoes, and I've tried many different ways to use the mosquito to get rid of mosquitoes. So use anything and everything that you can to keep the mosquitoes away from you so you can work in peace. Your best bet to work in your garden is before 10 o'clock in the morning and after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you have to work outside, which I had to today, your best bet to do is find the shadiest, breeziest part of your garden or your yard and work. Today, I did just that. I used this nice little shady area with a nice breeze, and I painted all these boards. So if you have to work outside, be smart about it. Use the shade, use the breeze, get to know your yard, know where the breeze is at. Actually, this place right where I'm standing is the best breeze in the whole area. But also, if you can't, one of the other things you can do is use personal fans. They work nicely, you work on batteries, you can have them with you. Or use a misting system. Now I have two misting systems. I have one out in the garden that I just hook to a hose and turn on that mist, puts out mist. And my son also got me this one up here. I don't know if you can see it. It stretches across the area here, and that puts a cool mist onto the patio area. So I can come here and relax afterwards. After I'm super hot, I can relax in this area and have the misters on. Also keep cool. Keep a cooling towel with you, or one of those neck things that you put in the fridge. You put in water and then you put them in the fridge and they get nice and cold. Keep one of those around it. And most importantly of all, do not overdo it. If you begin to feel lightheadedness, nauseous, your mental state doesn't feel right, or any other symptoms of heat stroke, then get yourself inside. It's time to stop. I'm really bad about that. The other day I worked in the greenhouse. It was 100 degrees inside, and I worked in there from 11:30 until 6:30. Now I took my breaks. I came outside and sat underneath the table and drank my water. But by the time I was done, I had it. And it took a long time just to get to the house because I had to sit and wait and I had to rest up. And I definitely overdone it. So it's important with this type of weather to know your limitations and stop before it's too late. And between 10 and 4, it's a perfect time to be inside, cleaning your house, doing the laundry. Remember, the old clothesline is great to help keep your house cool. You can hang your clothes up there and not have to use the dryer, which is wonderful. That's something you can do in the afternoon. It doesn't take long. Clotheslines do not have to be in the sun. They can be in partial shade. So that's a good thing. So like I said, stay inside the house during the worst part of the day. Do some things in there, do some crafts, read a book, just kind of relax and enjoy yourself. If you've picked vegetables that morning, that would be a good time to process them for canning or preferably freezing. I prefer to freeze because the canning just makes my house too hot. That's the reason the old timers back in the old times used to have summer kitchens. The summer kitchens was a place that they used to do their canning, and that way it kept the heat and stuff out of the main house. With freezing, I don't have that problem. All you have to do is blanch the food, some of it you don't even have to blanch, and chop it up, put it in the freezer, and you're done. If you do the hydrating, I like to hydrate into the other part of the house, which is separated by a door. We don't have any air conditioning in that room, and that's a good place to put the dehydrator for dehydrating things, because the dehydrator will heat up the house a little bit, but if it's over there, it doesn't matter. So I hope you've learned something, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a busy week. We've gotten the last 2 of our older cats to the vet this week and got them spayed. And they're in the garage where it's nice and cool, recuperating. What else? Oh, I got my hair done. Can't see it because it's all pulled back, but it's got trimmed and cut. And we went to an RMC annual meeting and did a lot of work in the garden and cutting grass. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you share it with your friends. Give it a thumbs up if you would, please. And dream big and follow that dream. And I'll see you in the next video. And I have a kitty in the house with me. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.